Welcome, everyone. Welcome this morning to the private view, well, not private, the public viewing, the shared viewing, the watch party for the special that was done on the thread of 10 by 3. And we are so excited that you're here because this is an opportunity where we get to share with you the good news of what 10 by 3 is doing in the world and to highlight what our founder, Theresa Carrington, is doing with the organization. So I am so excited that you're here, and I'm very excited that Theresa, of course, is here. So I'm gonna go ahead and hand it over to you, Theresa, and let's get this viewing party started.
All right, well, thank you so much for hosting us, April. We really appreciate that. And April, as you folks may not know, is a member of our board of directors, and the actual proper title for her is Her Excellency Dr. April Trupiano. She's been honored as an ambassador for the United Nations and the Department of Economic and Social Affairs, which makes her a perfect candidate for our board of directors. So we're really honored that you would host us today, April. Thank you so, so much. We have asked our colleagues from Ghana, our two female leaders from Ghana and Uganda, to join us during this watch party. You might see me a little distracted this morning on my phone as we're trying to make sure that they're making their way into this watch party. So hopefully they'll be able to join us. And as we wait for Sarah and Aisha to actually join us here online, April, I'm going to throw it back to you. Let's go ahead and watch the video that the thread and my dear friend Tim Ezell put together. And from there, we'll kind of dissect it and talk about certain sections of the video, as well as I said, hopefully hear from our teams in Ghana and Uganda about how they're dealing with COVID-19. So for now, April, back to you, and let's share the video now.
Good morning, family. It's time to hit the streets. I've got good news today. It's time to be the change. It's time to stand up, get up.
You know, there's an organization here in town that's delivering hope to folks a long way away from here. It's called 10 by 3, and they're doing it through baskets.
10 by 3 is an organization that reduces poverty around the world through a model that we pioneered. And it means that when an artisan who works with us makes 10 products a month that we buy at prosperity wages, which is far beyond fair trade, it gives them the working capital they need to start 3 businesses, and it's those 3 businesses that will catapult them out of poverty. And it's during this 3-year period of time, 36 months, we know that when we're continually providing income to that family, the person is immediately taking care of their children, their elders, and once they're in our program, they then have to agree that within that 3 years' time, they're going to start those 3 businesses, because we know that is their pathway of permanent financial freedom. For the first time in their life, can, instead of looking to the left and looking to the right, they can actually look ahead and do something that most of us in the United States take for granted. For the first time in their life, they can dream. We carry artisan products. They are primarily baskets. We're in over 250 retail locations throughout the United States and Canada, as well as Disney. Our program is not a handout. It is not for everyone. If you do not want to change your station in life, we are not the program for you. You met Adonbila today. She is strong, she is tough, she is fierce.
She and her women are now better off doing well. We are children in school and everything they are providing to the Blessed Basket Project on the 10 by 3. She's able to now build a concrete house, a whole concrete house for the whole family.
Yet others before me taught her that if she would present herself as poor and pathetic, we would give more money. Adonbila possessed every skill she needed to better her life. She just needed access to an economy, and that's all we did. With a 10 by 3 product, through a special code that's on the back of that particular item that is exclusive to that particular item, you can use it to go to our website, put it in, learn all there is to know about your artisan. You can write them a letter, and through a series of translators on the ground, they will write you back. Today, we have had thousands of letters exchange hands between the most unlikely people on the planet. When a woman receives a letter, it changes how they view themselves from the inside out, and they physically walk differently. I was raised below the poverty line in the United States. I know what it's like to be on food stamps. When I came onto this planet, my mom was in prison, and I was taken, she was taken out of prison. She gave birth to me. And so from the minute I came onto this planet, people have been helping me. It's those human touches on my life that launched what today is known as 10 by 3. There's no way I can repay these people for what they did. There's no way. But what I can do is I can pay it forward. I believe that human connection creates peace. And if we come together more as humans, we're going to create a more peaceful world.
Oh, you gotta love Theresa's heart and her passion. And look what this organization's been able to accomplish. They're in 8 countries now, and they've had more than 8,000 graduates since 2003, starting tens of thousands of businesses, transforming lives and families and communities forever. So cool.
So we were really honored to have Tim do that piece, and I thought he just did a fantastic job capturing the global footprint of the organization and the work that we're doing around the world. So April, what were your thoughts about the piece?
You know what I love? First of all, that obviously people get to see a little bit of the backstory and why you started this organization. I think that's always a really critical piece of the human side of why, you know, what touches our heart, what makes us want to give back to others. And that always moves me. I love hearing your personal story and why you, why you do this. And I also, what I love that he captured in there as well, is talking live to the artisan. My goodness gracious. Like, right. I've never even done that as a board member. I'm going to make that suggestion for a future meeting, but
yeah, we can do that. Right.
So I love that he got to talk to them, because what we see there is that it's these are real live human people. This everything that we do, when you purchase a basket, when you purchase a scarf, when you buy a table placemat or like the gorgeous aprons that I personally have and have given away, or the bags, when you purchase those things, that money is going directly to the artisan. It's not going to a big foundation or a big organization that maybe someday might disperse the funds and we don't know when or where or how. We are seeing that this money is going to real people who are using that money to take care of their families, build business, and then take care of other people that they hire and people in their villages, and do good in their. I could go on and on. What else? I love
exactly. Exactly.
Yeah.
As I'm talking to you, if for those folks who are actually watching, you'll see that I'm bent down over my phone right now, and what I'm doing is talking to our teams in Uganda and Ghana who are still trying to get online. Hopefully they'll again join us, but they would be able to tell you firsthand. Sarah and Aisha would be able to tell you firsthand, specifically about how they have personally been involved in the changes in their communities. But I can tell you, I've placed the U.S. equivalent of almost $5 million directly into the hands of artisans around the world. And that never gets old. When you give a woman a new life, you transform a community. And I like to describe how I found Adambila, the woman that you saw featured in the story. When we first found Adambila, she could only look to her right and look to her left. This is where her family is. Children, husband, immediate family on the right, other family, distant family, relatives, etc. on the left. And Adambila is there, and they look to the strong women of their communities, of their household, of their compounds to provide the income. And so with Adambila only able to look to the right and to the left, she couldn't do one of the most important things, which is to look up, to dream, to look ahead, to look toward tomorrow. In the United States, even here in this difficult time that we're facing, all of us still have the ability to look up, to look down the line, to look ahead to tomorrow, to look past this moment. But if you're Adambila, who was featured in that story, there was a day she couldn't see down there. She couldn't see the future. She couldn't see tomorrow. All she could see was right here in front of her face, and what the next 24 hours would bring. I see that we've been joined online by Sarah. Sarah, just raise your voice, speak out if you can hear us. We cannot see your camera at the moment, but Sarah has joined us from Uganda. Hopefully we'll be able to see her by camera very shortly. So having heard Adam Bila's story and also seeing the warehouse, April, you've been to the warehouse. Can you share a little bit about what you see when you walk in there? Now, it's not open to the public, so most people who are joining us have never been to the warehouse and have not seen what the inside looks like, because we don't, again, open it to the public, but you've been there. What's it like there?
So a couple of things struck me. One of them was that it is floor to ceiling full of goods made by hand by the folks that you see in the video and people like them. So, you know, the artisans, it's just jam-packed with beautiful, colorful, really well made, you know, all kinds of products for the home, products for, like I said, things for yourself. And the other thing that struck me, I'll be honest, is the people who work inside, because the people that you have on the team who are running the warehouse, the people that are doing the packaging, the people who are doing the delivery, you know, getting things ready for delivery, people that are making sure that it's inventoried, doing quality control. These are the people that have, first of all, have huge heart. They have such a heart and a passion for the organization and for the people who work with the organization and for the artisans. So, I mean, between, you know, what I saw in the warehouse and what I see every time I walk in is that connection between every world that you impact, Theresa, with 10 by 3. I see the coming together of the team here and the artisans around the world and the in-country directors and everyone else around the world who is making this happen, really making this happen. And really, like you said, making dreams happen, making dreams come true, giving people the ability to dream and to envision a future when perhaps 3 months ago, before encountering you or Sarah or Aisha or any of our in-country directors, they had no, you know, they had no vision, they had no dream.
That's right. And you hit on something really important here, and that is the 10 by 3 team. We work with a very small crew. People are really surprised that we're able to impact the countries that we're able to impact, and literally tens of thousands of lives every year on just a team of 6 people. When we're full staffed, we're at 8 people. But we have a team of 6 people. They're the hardest working people that I know. I'm included in that number. So there's really 5 other people besides myself. And we are able to accomplish incredible work. But we do that not only with a strong team, a team that is incredibly dedicated. They are all taking sacrificial pay, servants pay, I would say. Yes, they do get paid for their work, as do I. But all of us could be achieving so much more in terms of finances if that was our motivation. If we were motivated by money, this is not where we would be. So the team at 10 by 3, I couldn't do what I do without them. I think all leaders, you can have a great vision, but if you don't have a strong team behind you, that vision isn't going to come to pass. So not only do we have the 16 members that are in that warehouse, of course not right now, we are still packing and shipping orders in accordance with all local and state mandates at the moment. But the rest of us are from, you know, working from home, just like the rest of you are. But that's domestically. So we have 6 people domestically, and then overseas, we have about 30 people on the ground all over the world who are helping make these programs run. And I can tell by my phone blowing up by my team that they're really struggling with their connectivity. Aisha seems to have popped on again to join us. Aisha,
I see her.
I see you there. Aisha, we don't see your face. Lower your camera there. Aisha, can you, it still says that she's connecting to her audio. So what you'll see here as Sarah and Aisha try to join us from our countries. Aisha is in Ghana, which is where Adam Bila lives. Aisha knows Adam Bila. And you'll find that the internet is not reliable. When we started going to these communities 16 years ago, there was no internet, there was no electricity, there was no running water. there still, in most cases, is no running water. In a growing number of our communities, there is electricity, and Aisha's community is one of those. So Aisha, just speak out and speak up when you are able to. So I think that you've muted yourself. Aisha, we're going to unmute you and greet us, Aisha. Aisha, are you there?
Yes.
Okay. So Aisha, thank you so much for joining us. We just watched the video that included Adam Bila there from in Ghana. Can you tell everybody, where are you sitting right now? What is the name of the community where you are? And tell us what you do for 10 by 3.
Okay. I'm from Ghana, and then we are in Nyarga in the Upper East region. I'm currently at the Nyarga Craft Center. I'm currently there, and I'm the administrator over here. I see to it that work is being done, and then I also supervise my team to go to the various groups and then check on the artisans, give me updates on what they are doing in their daily lives and how we'll be able to help them, maybe the challenges they have, problems they encounter with everything about their life in general. They bring me back the feedback, and then if it's something I'm supposed to go, mostly I do go there to visit them. I go there sometimes, so I go there once in a while to check on and see how they are doing.
Fantastic. Now, Aisha is brand new with us. For those of you who are watching, she came to our organization literally just 2 months ago. And I was in Ghana just as COVID-19 was starting to break out worldwide. Luckily, I was able to do my travels and get home and remain safe. But Aisha is new with the organization. So Aisha, you offer a really interesting perspective. Because you're now able to see the organization 16 years in. You were not around when we were sort of in our early, I'll call it even more struggling days to pioneer this work. What was your reaction as you began to meet the women, understand how 10 by 3 has impacted their life? What did you learn, and what was the most surprising thing that you learned about the organization?
Well, I think Nyalga is very blessed to have blessings basket that's 10 by 10 opening a craft center here. I'm not from this village, okay? I'm from a different village, and my village is not privileged to have such a fantastic organization, such people that leave their country, come over here just to come and help. And most importantly, the people in this village, they are very creative, that they can weave baskets. In my village, people are there like that. So when I got here, I realized that they were really blessed. I went around the community and it was like, I said, is this a village? And the guy said, yes, it's a village. And I said, no, this is now a town. And he said, why? I said, well, I think villages, they live in mud houses, but thanks to the fact that they are able to weave baskets and they make a living for themselves. You know, most of them are not working. Most of them are just housewives, and they go to farm, and drying season, there's no farming, so you're just sitting in the house doing nothing. But the fact that they're able to weave, use their hands, skill, and then weave something beautiful like this, and then earn an income for themselves, I look at them and I say, wow, it's amazing. Majority of them are illiterate. They've never been to school. But once you can do this, you get money for yourself. Once you can do this, you get food to feed yourself and your family. Once you can do this, you get to take care of your children. So I'm very happy. I'm so very happy, and I'm very proud of them, and very happy. And thank you guys so very much for the wonderful thing you've done for them. Thank you so very much.
Thank you so much, Aisha. That's a powerful statement. So as we enter our next few 10 minutes here, I see Sarah is trying to pop on and off. April, would you mind opening that? There's Sarah. We finally see her there. Sarah, we do see you. Woohoo! So what I'd like for you to do, April, if it's possible on your side, is for those folks who have questions, you can either start to raise your hand or ask questions in the chat section of your Zoom of Sarah and of Aisha. Sarah, we're going to go ahead and turn your microphone on. My dear, you've done it. She's a little stressed out because she's been, oh, sure.
No, so Sarah is connected, but there's something going on with
her
audio, her mic and her speaker.
Okay.
So,
oh no, she's got food in her mouth, is what she's saying.
no, she can't. No, because I can't even. Just so you know, there's no way to unmute her. She's not.
Okay, you got it. All right, Sarah. Well, I'm not quite sure what else we can do. She's not got a microphone that she's able to use, and we're not sure why. So, but anyway, we love her nonetheless. Sarah is from Uganda, which is where products like this are made. She oversees these types of products. This was expressed, she can't hear. We don't know why. But this was made in Uganda by one of Sarah's artisans. Sarah is our senior most female leader, and she is in Uganda. And I love to share Sarah's story because she has a 6th grade education, but is one of the smartest women I've ever met. She now today leads over 500 women in Uganda and is really considered an incredibly fantastic social entrepreneur and female leader. Sarah puts her women first all day, every day, and I've seen her personally sacrifice her life in order to do this work. And indeed, in my office every single day hangs a set of baskets looking very similar to this one. And April has seen these baskets. Rob, who I know is on the line with us, has seen these products. Laura Bogus, who's on the line, Farmer Joe, who's on the line, and Bridget. So many of you who have been to my office, I've pointed these baskets out to you. They came from Sarah, the woman whose face you see on your screen right now, and they have blood on them. There was a day that Sarah was in the middle of packing an order, and there was a coup attempt on the government. And the opposition forces were, opposition group, let me say, were meeting at a church about a mile away from where we previously had our headquarters. And obviously, as you can imagine, violence erupts, bullets started to fly, and caught in the middle of all of that as people ran for shelter and safety was Sarah. And she would remain hidden under her bed for over 12 hours with her then toddler daughter, who's now a beautiful young woman. And Sarah risked her life that day and so many other days. She's been the victims of smash and grabs as people have tried to, they see that she's in a vehicle, and so they think she has wealth and money, and they've literally smashed and tried to grab things and actually got things out of the car. They got a diaper bag instead of our money that we were carrying. Make no mistake, this work is hard. It's dangerous. Aisha's life is on the line every day. Sarah's life is on the line every day, as are all of our leaders. When you support 10 by 3 and the work that we do, it is transforming lives around the world. And while coronavirus has our healthcare professionals and others on the front lines, it brings into sharp focus what others are willing to do in service to other human beings. And you are on your screen seeing 2 women who certainly, Aisha and Sarah, who are heroes in my book for the work that they do. So April, I'm tossing it back to you. We've got questions in our chat. What else do we need to discuss?
Yeah, so we do have a question, actually a couple questions, but one of the things I do want to ask you, Theresa, and I know you mentioned that when people support the organization, either by purchasing or by making a donation, if you do want to learn more about 10 by 3, I just want to throw this out there, 10by3.org, and I'm putting it in the chat as well, 10by3.org, and it is, if you go there, you'll find more information about the organization as well as other ways that you can support. But I do want to get to some questions. The question was, how many countries is 10 by 3 currently working in as of now?
Right, so we are currently active in 6 countries. We had been in 8. One of those, the 2 dormant countries, we'll call them, one is Indonesia. Indonesia has experienced an economic resurgence. It's a country that's doing incredibly well. Their unemployment rate prior to COVID-19 was the lowest that it's been in 45 years. So we found that in Indonesia, our help is no longer really needed as massively as it was before. So we're dormant, but could be reactivated at any moment. And in Papua New Guinea, poverty is desperate there, and we are struggling to find adequate leaders to be able to handle the incredibly difficult terrain in Papua New Guinea. So I do believe that we will resurge there again. So 10x3 is on the verge of releasing some amazing new technology built through our partnership with Syntech and its president and CEO, Timothy Ernst. As you know, 10x3 leads by technology. Once this technology is released, it's going to allow 10x3 to expand like never before. So today, 6 active countries. Tomorrow, we hope it's 60.
Yay. Yay. Yay.
I know. There's a lot of work to do.
What I want people to, I saw you, Joe, raising hands, being excited over there. Yay. So one of the things that I absolutely love about what you've created here, Theresa, is that it is a replicable, duplicable system. Mm-hmm. It can be done over and over and over again. And, that's what makes it viable and sustainable. That's what makes it so, it gives it such a long shelf life, like in perpetuity, right? As long as we keep doing what we know works and doing it again and again and again for more people in more countries, it's going to keep working. However, we do need, an infrastructure in country. Can you talk a little bit about the in-country infrastructure? Because people like Aisha, people like Sarah, what does it take for you to get this up and running inside a country?
Well, I'm going to toss it back over to Aisha, who hasn't had a moment to speak. Sarah, as we know, is physically there, but is having technical difficulties, or I'd hear from her. Aisha, can you describe the layout of where you are, this craft center, this weaving center? If you are mobile, Aisha, you could actually walk out and show everybody the craft center. But what kind of facilities do we have on the ground there in Ghana?
Okay. They're currently in the village or...
Yeah. What to operate? Where are you sitting? What other buildings do we have? What physically all of the things that 10x3 has provided that makes the business go?
Oh, okay. Currently, we live in a craft center. It's a very big craft center, and then 10x3 has provided a public washroom for the community. That's the artisans that come here, and there's also a school being built by 10x3 and furnished with furniture, and then an ICT lab, a very big ICT lab for the community over here. So, and then with some boreholes, we are providing furniture with everything. Basically, this village is just blessed. Because it's one of the blessed ones in this Upper East region to have an ICT lab in the village. It usually doesn't do. Mostly everywhere in Ghana here. At least they would have done it in the city, not in the village.
That's right.
But once 10x3 has stepped into helping them with an ICT, when I got there and I saw it, I was very happy. With computers on the decks for the kids, I was very happy, very, very happy.
Yeah, and what she's talking about, an ICT lab, is actually an internet center of technology, something like this.
Yes.
It's their computer. It's a computer lab is what it is. So what she's describing is we need a facility in every single country where we store our products, where artisans can meet if necessary. We do bring the market right to their feet, right underneath the tree. So that part, it doesn't require a lot of infrastructure, but it's taking care of our operations. So we need buildings, we need computers, we need places to store the products. In many cases, we need cars. Aisha's team has a has a fleet of 6 motorcycles. They all have provided their own motorcycle as an example, but we would love to be able to gift them motorcycles. Each motorcycle costs about $1,200. We could use about 15 of those all over the world to be able to get from point A to point B in a economically feasible way. Well, I know we're running out of time. April, what else do you have to share here, or other questions that we've got from our audience? This has been a very fast.
Well, it has, but what I have is that Sarah is on the line. Sarah, can you hear us? Sarah, can you hear us?
Yes, I hear you, but I can't stop crying.
Don't cry.
Missing the meeting.
Don't cry. You're here now.
No, I feel very bad.
No.
I've missed the meeting.
So share with us, because we saw your beautiful face.
That's right. So Sarah, can you do you briefly have anything to say before we close the meeting?
Before you close the meeting, I'm very sorry I've missed the meeting, and I've seen our sweet love, Mr. Apley. I can see my brother-in-law. I'm happy to see you guys. It's like I'm together with you. Anyway, I've missed the meeting. I have nothing to do. I just pray for you guys because we are here. What is there, it's very dangerous. But you can't stop praying for you guys.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Sarah, I have one question for you, my dear, before we wrap. If everyone will indulge us for a few more minutes, I would like to just ask you this. How has working with 10 by 3 and the Blessing Basket, how has that changed your community? Not just your life, which I'm excited to hear all the time about what the good things you're having in your family, but also your community. How has it changed just the landscape and how people live and how they do things?
The truth, I don't know how to tell you this, but 10 by 3 of Blessing Basket project has changed many communities in our country. Even since we got these things here, I was receiving calls from those people asking me, Sarah, Blessing Basket has stopped to work with us. I said, no, they're coming. Blessing Basket has changed our communities because before we had those people from the village, they had small houses with grass. We call them hut in our country here. I don't know what.
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes. Yes, we hear you.
Hello.
Yeah, we can hear you, Sarah. Keep going.
Okay, that's good. Yeah, so right now, people has iron sheets houses. People, they can get water in their villages. People, they can get power. Solars, they use solars. Right now, the community has changed a lot. Now people are worried. They're saying that Blessing Basket has going to stop it because of this coronavirus. Not true. So we are just praying.
Yep.
But the community has changed a lot.
Yeah. And you know what Sarah is pointing out here, April, is that coronavirus can't change 10 by 3. And we're counting on everyone who has joined us here and everyone who will hear this Zoom meeting. We needed your help before. We need it even more now. We are dealing with a challenge unlike the world has ever seen. And I understand that we have challenges here in the United States that are mind-blowing. But frankly speaking, what most of the rest of you are just now awakening to, lack of resources, example, lack of masks, lack of enough respirators, this concept of lack is something that most Americans do not know nor fully understand. And so today, people are freaking out over this concept of lack. These two women that you have heard from this morning, Aisha and Sarah, were raised in a world of lack. 10 by 3 operates in worlds of lack. So what the rest of the United States and the world is beginning to wake up to, of this concept of not having enough, that is the daily life of everyone that 10 by 3 serves. We needed your help before, we need it even more now. Can you imagine being a woman in that village of Niarga, about 100 yards from where Aisha is sitting right now is the community well? How can you social distance? How can you wash? How can you stay safe from COVID-19 when you all have to go to the same community well? No alcohol sanitizer between people as you pump that well. Lack of soap. That's what's going on in our villages. And when you purchase a 10 by 3 product, you ensure that we as an organization survive this, but more importantly, you ensure that thousands, tens of thousands when you count the households that are counting on 10 by 3, that we'll be able to serve them after coronavirus. So April, thank you so much for hosting us today. Sarah and Aisha, thank you so much for joining us. We have a great crowd here online. All of you, I love all of you. Thank you so, so much. April, I'll leave it to you to close us out.
I'm going to ask you one last question, my dear. I'm not letting you get away without telling everybody, how can they support us? Because I know that we've talked about product, but they can also make a monthly donation. So would you
That's
just
correct.
please shout that out?
So,
and I am going to also type it in the chat here.
Right. So the most important thing that you can do is go to 10by3.org/donate. And there you'll read a story about 57. And 57 is the number of dollars that the average artisan lives on every single month. That is the World Bank's definition of extreme poverty. Please sign up to be a recurring donor to 10 by 3. Donate 1 year of extreme poverty, which is $693. And 10 by 3 will take that and amplify it and use it to end poverty in places like Uganda, where Sarah lives, and Ghana, where Aisha lives, and other countries around the world. $57 a month is the most important thing that you can do for us right now. Buying product and gifting it is fantastic. But in this day, in this moment, in this hour, this global hour that we're in, cash is the most important thing to us. And if that doesn't work for you, buy a product. That also definitely creates some energy within our organization, because the more products we sell, the faster we can go back to Sarah, the faster we can go back to Aisha and place another order. So 10by3.org/donate, start there. Do what you can. Help us make sure that 10 by 3 survives COVID-19 so that tens of thousands of others also survive COVID-19.
Thank you, Theresa. So I would like to sign off with a thank you to everyone who's here on the call. I want to say thank you. Yes, thank you, Joe. I want to say a thank you to all of our board members who give their their time and their energy to making sure that we can get up under and lift up our 10 by 3 here locally in Missouri. And I also want to thank all of our supporters worldwide, because without you, we just can't do what we do. And I also want to thank Sarah and Aisha. And I want you to notice, guys, that what Sarah is dealing with today is just a drop in the bucket. But as you can see, this woman is a fighter and she does not give up. And this is what I love about her. I had the blessing to meet her here personally. And you have to know.
Thank you very much.
You have to know that Sarah and Aisha, Aisha mentioned this is not her village. And I imagine it takes her some time to get to where she needs to be in the center. And she is there in the center today in the midst of all of this COVID scare and all of the things that are going on, and Sarah's making herself available. So we cannot thank you ladies enough. I'm not usually a crier, but you guys have my heart. And we have other in-country leaders around the world in other countries. Theresa, can you call out some of them so we can thank them by name?
Yeah. That's exactly right. So in Ghana, we have Aisha. In Togo, we have Edo Sonsi, who many of you have met. In Uganda, we have Sarah and her team. Kenya, it's Pascal and Henry. Madagascar, it's Miltine. Bangladesh, it's Nahid and Mr. Roy. These are the people who are on the front line every day trying to make sure that money gets directly into the hands of our artisans in a way that is safe, in a way that is sustainable. Our artisans around the world are freaking out. They are thinking that 10 by 3 is going to abandon them. And I can boldly stand and say, we will not abandon you. We are at your side. Do not fear. And I can make that statement because of all of you. So thank you to everyone who supports our work. Your help
Thank you very much.
more than ever. It matters more than ever.
Thank you. And thank you all
Thank
for
you.
being here. And as we sign off, remember, it's in the chat, but we'll say it again. It's 10 by 3, and the words are spelled out, 10by3.org/donate. And, you know, it's just, this is, as Theresa said, the most critical time we could possibly be in to show our support and to really, like, every dollar that you give builds a person, builds a family, and truthfully builds a village. So that those donations are more important than ever. 10by3.org/donate. Thank you guys, and thank you all for being here. Much love.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you.
Bye bye.